strong, I am beautiful, and I can do whatever I put my mind to. Hello, my name is Pearl, and ever since BTS came out with their Love Yourself trilogy, I've sort of been more aware of this concept of loving yourself. Before, I don't know, I knew I should love myself, but I didn't know exactly how, and I feel like with BTS and this whole album, it just sort of sparked my interest in wanting to learn how to love myself. So I thought I would share some of the creative, artsy things that sort of revolve around this concept of loving yourself, whether it be sharing their stories or just having a positive influence around you about loving yourself. So obviously these aren't going to just magically make you love yourself. It's a whole process. It's like a muscle that you have to work out that you probably haven't worked out in a while, but hopefully these will sort of influence you and just provide you with stories of people loving themselves and help you jumpstart your journey to do the same. So with that, let's start. Since BTS sparked this whole thing for me, they're obviously one of my biggest influences. So if you haven't already listened to the Love Yourself trilogy, please go listen. It's an absolute masterpiece. The whole album trilogy isn't exactly like love yourself for each song. It's more of like a process. The first album, Love Yourself Her, is more about loving someone else, and then Love Yourself Tear, it's sort of like the bad thing, the breakup that happens. And the third one, which is Answer, it's you're finally realizing that loving yourself is the most important. And the songs that really deliver this concept of loving yourself are Idol. It should literally be an anthem for loving yourself. Epiphany, again, super brilliant, and the lyrics are just, you just want to belt it out and sing at the top of your lungs, I love myself. Cypher Part 4 and 21st Century Girls aren't on that album, but a lot of their songs do explore that theme of loving yourself as well. And then Answer, Love Myself, and So What are also really great. Even though not all of the songs are about loving yourself, they do say love a lot, and I feel like when you don't understand Korean, you just sort of hear love, 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 and it just sort of puts it in your mind that you should love yourself, or at least that's what happens with me, so hopefully that effect can happen to you. Another group that has consistently shown that their songs are about loving yourself are ITZY's songs. Literally, Dalla Dalla, Icy, and Wannabe have all been about embracing yourself, embracing your differences, and just loving yourself, so highly recommend their title tracks. Some other songs that are also about loving yourself are Me and No by CLC, Just Right by GOT7, Chica by Changha, I'm the Best by 21, and I also really like Good Thing by Kehlani and Zed. If you have any other song suggestions about loving yourself, then please do comment them down below. So I was never really into poetry until a few years ago. Whenever I think of it, I just flash back to high school where I had to analyze like a super deep poem, and I'm really bad at that. So I kind of just like things to be straightforward, and Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman is, yes, it just does that. It's super simple, you don't have to analyze anything. Anyone can read it and just feel phenomenal, and it's really the beauty of it, of how simple it is. And when you read it, you just feel like it's not about what I look like, it's really who I am inside. The fact that I exist, it's beautiful. So please read that, even if you don't look up anything else from this video. Another poem that I really love is Be the Best of Whatever You Are by Douglas Malik. This poem just makes me feel like whoever or whatever you are, as long as you're trying your best, you are enough, and that's just beautiful. Just go look it up, okay? Obviously, I simplified the poems to their bare bones minimum message of loving yourself, but it is truly an art, so go read it for yourself and experience that art yourself. There's also versions where people will read their poem, so if you read it and listen to someone reading it, then I feel like it has a much better impact on you.
왜 했냐? 어? 왜 고쳤냐고?
Next is a drama recommendation, and it's called My ID is Gangnam Beauty. Gangnam is a place in Korea where this street is just lined with plastic surgery clinics, and when someone calls you a Gangnam Beauty, it implies that you're super pretty, but it's obvious that you got your face done. So it's used in a derogatory manner, but in this drama, the main character is sort of embracing that she did get plastic surgery, and the drama is just sort of about her process of loving herself, because even after she got the surgery, she still wasn't confident in herself and she didn't really love herself. She was always self-conscious and afraid that other people would find out. But at the end, with the help of others too, she learns to love herself. And the antagonist is also really good. Usually an antagonist stays the antagonist, but not to be like super spoily, but it's a good ending. Next is a movie recommendation. You've probably already watched it when you were younger, but it's Shrek. Yep. It's a really good movie, honestly. Someone made a YouTube video about the theme of loving yourself in the movie, so I'll link that down below. He did a really good job. Go watch it. But essentially, Shrek and Lord Farquaad are completely polar opposites. Shrek is this super confident ogre, and Lord Farquaad is this person that always is trying to keep this certain image up that's like masculine and powerful, but over the course of the movie they sort of go over to each side and then come back. But Fiona, really, she's the one with the transformation. She learns to love herself throughout the movie, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful love story, so highly recommend it. Now for some webtoons. I have 3: Curse Princess Club, True Beauty, and Let's Play. So Curse Princess Club is essentially a club for cursed princesses. They are princesses that don't fit your stereotypical princess look. For example, there's a princess with lobster hands, and there's a princess who doesn't have eye sockets. She just wears an eye mask and she'll like lift it up and like put stuff in her eye sockets. Yeah, so the club just helps the main character, Gwendolyn, start to love herself, and that just because she doesn't fit this mold of your stereotypical princess doesn't mean she's any less of a princess. So beautiful story. There's also music accompanying the webtoon as you read. Like as you scroll, it'll play music, so a really great experience overall. The next webtoon is True Beauty. So in this one, the main character, Ju-kyung, she was bullied a lot in middle school for her looks, so she decides to learn how to do makeup, and by the time she enters high school, she's perfected it, and she starts to feel really insecure because she's constantly scared that someone will find out her real face and be like, you're so ugly, or whatever. So the webtoon is just about her trying to accept herself, her real face, and that true beauty comes from within and not just from your looks. It hasn't exactly gotten to that part, but I'm assuming that because it's named True Beauty, that it's going to be about true beauty comes from within, so hopefully they do go in that direction, but so far they are doing that. And last webtoon, Let's Play. It features Sam Young, who is really introverted and just lacks a lot of self-confidence, but with the help of her boss, she's able to start loving herself. He'll have her do like power poses and have her say one thing she loves about herself. So I think these 3 webtoons, they just sort of show you the journey to loving yourself, the time it takes, and how other people can support you in doing so. So I think just reading about these experiences, even if they're fake, is just really helpful. Finally, I have a YouTuber that I want to recommend. This sort of goes into the whole like surrounding yourself with positive people who love you. So it's Jenna Marbles. Even though she is a celebrity essentially, just watching her videos and seeing her personality of loving yourself, loving everyone around you, it just makes me so happy. She's literally just sunshine and rainbows. I love her. And I remember watching her plant video. That was like 30 minutes long, and it was so entertaining to see her talk and speak so lovingly to her plants. It just makes you feel like if she's doing that with plants, she would do the same for you, and so you should do the same for yourself. And she just really has that effect. So I highly, highly, highly recommend her. So that was all the recommendations I have for you. If you have any other song, movie, TV shows, books, poems, anything, just comment them down below. I would love to check them out, and I'm sure other people will as well. So again, these things are just to surround yourself with positive, loving yourself, creative art things, and I feel like when you are surrounding yourself with these things, it sort of gets into your mind and you're sort of more inspired to love yourself. It's sort of the same thing as if you surround yourself with a certain type of people, you'll start to become like those people. So this is sort of the same idea. So yeah, those were all the recommendations, and I hope they start you on the path to loving yourself. So with that, I'll see you next time. Bye!
There must be something about the features. You'll find the beauty.